Hello everyone, welcome back to our SolidWorks course. In this new module, we would be learning about how to develop 3D models with symmetry and drafts. In order to create 3D models having symmetry and draft, let's first take a look at what is symmetry and what is draft. Symmetry, as we all know, is a state of a 3D model wherein it can be divided into two equal halves about a plane, which can be any plane. As we can see here on our screens, we have a model which is symmetric about the midplane, that is this one. Here, if you try to divide this 3D model about this plane or this line that they have shown over here, you can see that this model is completely symmetrical. That is, if we divide it from this plane, it would be creating two equal halves. In SolidWorks, we would be using symmetric conditions in order to create our 2D sketches and our 3D models eventually. For example, let's say we want to create a sketch, something like this. In order to create this sketch, we've seen earlier that we've created this sketch using a mirror command. What we do is that we draw a center line here, which is used to mirror this half of the sketch. This is what a symmetric condition is. We only create this half of the sketch and the other half is generated using a mirror. We would be taking advantage of this feature provided by SolidWorks and create our models easily. Next, we have the draft angle. The draft angle is nothing but a relief angle provided for castings. I will show you how this works first. Now let's say we have a casting, something like this. For example, we want to create a rectangular box using casting. This will be our pattern and here we will have our mold. Like this. Now, when we pour material in this mold over here, when we pour the material over here and it solidifies, once it solidifies, we will try to remove it by pulling it upwards. But when we pull it, it tends to damage the mold as well as it tends to damage the surface finish of our part. In order to avoid this, what we do is that we provide something that is called as a draft angle. Instead of creating the walls as straight, what we will do is that we will give a slight angle at the walls so that when we are removing our part from the mold, let's say this is our part over here and this is our mold. When we are removing this part, what will happen is that it will be removed with ease. Let's see what will happen. Now, when you pull this up, you can see over here that it will look something like this. This is the second position of the part while being removed. You can see that the walls are not in contact constantly when you pull it. This helps us create a good surface finish on this part and also not damage the mold. Symmetry is also used in castings. These two features are generally used to produce parts that would be manufactured by casting. We will take a look at some exercises and see how can we produce parts using these two features. I hope you have understood in what condition can we call a part to be symmetric and what is a draft angle. In the upcoming exercises, we will be also taking a look at functions like offset entities and fillets. I will see you in the next video with some few exercises. Thank you.